Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, living
Yeah,
life, being
I'm
shed
hanging it.
upon.
Oh yeah? What's going on?
Shed upon, shed upon.
Yes, shed upon. Uh,
Editor
for
brain can't quit, right?
my Philia spies have decided to shed upon me everywhere.
Ah, yep. Yeah, I can relate. I gotta wash my bed. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's been a day. I hope you guys are having a bit of a better day than I am, but yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Uh,
I'm glad you agreed like that we thought we'd like come together about this. I guess we should have been talking about this a long time ago, but okay, let's just start at the beginning. You're both my clones, you say. How the hell does that work? And why don't you look a thing like me?
well, it starts out with someone wanting to play God and getting a little happy with the void and their own special piece of equipment.
I'm from a desert.
Okay, very funny assholes. But seriously, okay, I believe the DNA tests. I saw the results, but what the hell? Like, you're telling me that somebody stole my DNA when I was a kid, mixed up some rabbits in test tubes, and what? Exposed them to the void? I mean, that wasn't terribly smart, was it?
Yeah, they're not bright. Kind of like Scooter, really. Just smart enough to get themselves into trouble.
Me and Sable have read some files from the company, or as I like to call them, the crunchy ones,
The crunchy
about how
ones.
they wanted to access the lines. The literamancy lines, that is. As far as we know, the only one known before all this started was Lapid. And Sable's
The only
looking
one
to
they
get
know,
at.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So really, Sable, you aren't really off the mark. Someone stole your DNA, twice at that, mix it up with some void in my case, and who knows what any of you guys can create at us.
I know my mom is a phoenix, but that's about it. My area of the void seems to be different. More, on fire. A lot of weird shit in there.
I mean, it might depend on when they stole it. Okay, so it seems I too have been void touched for a long time. I thought it was some kind of vision or hallucination I had when I was a kid until I started talking to the voiders, or just that I was weird. But things started to happen when the Iron Tome resurfaced.
That might be my fault. Shit got weird when I escaped from the flammable ones. It might have created some waves, cosmically speaking.
How old were you when this happened? Just to give me an idea of things.
I have an answer, I do, but it's complicated. I wasn't exactly in this reality for some of it.
Okay, so that opens up a whole Pandora's box of questions, but okay, no, Eli, it's not your fault. Okay, it's high time we compared notes on this. Aaron and I know why the Iron Tome resurfaced. The company had it. They couldn't use it. They're not littermancers, but they had it and they wanted to use it. And that's why they kidnapped first Aaron and then Gala. There's a whole long story with that. I didn't know most of it until I read the files that Stretch stole, but it makes a lot of things make sense.
Why am I not the least bit surprised? My history with them is that I'm technically a failed experiment that is supposedly dead. Now that they've shown they're up to their old tricks again, I have a feeling they're diving into things that they shouldn't.
Okay, so as far as we can tell, the company is something like DuPont, right? They worked for the Nazis and they were part of Hitler's occult division. And then when the Reich fell, they, like a lot of those corporations, came to the Americas and rebuilt their image. These guys in medicine and genetics research. Supposed cures for cancer, that kind of thing, which they overcharge for, of course, but that's besides the point. It was likely them my grandmother was fleeing when she came to Canada. So, what did you mean you weren't in this reality for some of it?
Well, I escaped using my powers. I wasn't always fire, you know? I used to just be a bunny. But when I used my power for the first time, I went to a lot of weird places. It took me a while to sort it all out after, but I think they're realities that could have been and weren't, or realities that were destroyed, or being born, or something. One was made out of bubblegum. It was weird. When I came back, there was a
Oh,
war on.
wait, that sounds kind of familiar. Okay, not exactly, but a lot. Okay, well, okay, a lot like, but that can wait. That can wait. Sunny has always had her affinity to the void, as long as she can remember. But things started, I don't know, I want to say accelerating, I guess? Uh, exacerbating? I don't know. When the First World War broke out? Was it the same for you? It was for me.
I think that's when it started, but not exactly. Sometime before the first tourney, I tried to go back, and that's when I became fire. It was pretty startling. And then I wasn't sure what to say for a while until I got a DNA test.
And that's how you found out you related to Realm too. His mother was a phoenix, right? Did they splice in some phoenix DNA?
That's what the DNA test says. I talked to Realm about it, but he doesn't know much either.
Well, let's hope to hell the Forgelings were technically sired by Darth, or that's just gonna get weird. Okay, yeah, I guess that explains why we don't look alike. I mean, as a clone, you should basically be my identical twin, Sunny too, but we figured in vitro void exposure mutated her DNA.
So, what do you think the end game for the company is?
Aaron and I think they want to control the Iron Tome.
I think what they want is power, and they're going to get burned grasping for it.
All right, known facts. They want the Iron Tome. They had it, kidnapped Darren, and later Gala to learn how to use it. They created 2 different clones to try and take over the Carrot Throne due to the fact that that Lapin was the only known literomantic house.
Yeah, like the only one they knew for sure about, yeah.
Right, the only one they knew about. They watch us and are not above going after any and all who they think have power and will push their agenda forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also note, there's someone trying to break into the void and it's leaving marks upon the path.
Right, right.
No one has popped up with insanity or any other void issue. Yet, it is possible that the company and their grasp for power is going after the one power that has no masters, no morals, and no guide, and it comes in many flavors.
We do know for a fact they had to have some access. How else would they have been able to expose you to the void in the first place?
They used to put this weird glowy sand in my water. I don't know what it was though.
Okay, there's no record of this glowy sand from the files that we got from Stretch. They did have something where they mentioned Subject G, something like that. Subject G was exposed to the substance at... Oh, hell, I'd have to look up the date and time, but you get the picture. You guys know there were others, right? And they died.
I had more brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, hon. Wait. Glowy sand and substance. Hey, Sable. Did it have a pic and does this kind of look familiar? I know, completely random thought, but I found this while I was traveling around, looking for my path.
They had something like that, and there's a ton of that in the overflow.
Yeah, they don't have any pictures, but yeah, that's where I saw that kind of thing. Okay. Lots to process here. Clearly, the company is a bigger threat than even I anticipated. We need to consider this, I guess. In the meantime, look, guys, I want you to know. I don't care where you came from. You're my siblings. You have a family here. I love you. I'm glad you're with me, however that happened. I promise you we'll get the bastards that did this to you.
We'll get them and stop others from being used like us. And we'll do it together. No more Lone Ranger bulls, Sable. Got it?
James would kill me anyway. You know he's got me following you into the void or wherever, right?
Does he? Yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, okay, no more Lone Ranger bullshit, I promise. I've learned my lesson.
That's why I joined Lappin, in part. I need your support too.
Well, you've got it, little Sib. Always. And you too, little sis.
Always and forever.